contest over 6 rounds, one of the much anticipated bout, and this is the first night of season number 2 by the Ken courtesy of IMAX Boxing Promotions, Ghana Boxing Authority. Tonight is very, very exciting. Now officials for this bout. Judge 1, Richard Garte. Judge 2, Clement Shone. And Judge 3, David Mills. And the boxer fighting out from the blue corner. And this evening is spotted in the red and white trunks. And he's wearing blue gloves to match. This is the man with the weight of 170.40 pounds with the official record of 3 fights, no defeat, no draw, 3 wins. 1 of the wins came by way of knockout. This is the boxer who was born and bred in Kejebi in the Otu region of Ghana. Presenting to you the boxer Francis Akakpo. Now switching over to the red corner. This is a boxer who needs no any introduction. The younger brother of Bastis Samir. The younger brother of Issa Samir. His other brothers have seen it all. They've made history for themselves. He wants to preserve the legacy of the Bastir family. And this is the man. In 2015, he was an African champ. And then in 2020, he was in Tokyo and represent Ghana for the Commonwealth Games. And this is the man, Olympic Games. This is the man. In 2019, was the swag young amateur boxer of the year. This is the man with a weight of 168.81 pounds. This is the man who is making his debut today as a professional boxer. Presenting to you for the middleweight contest tonight, Shakul Summer. And the man in charge of this fight is the man, Nathaniel Obey.
So Nathaniel Obing will take care of this bout.
Okay, good evening, gentlemen. I split
between
a clean fight. Obey my
Shakul
instructions and
Samed
defend
and
yourself at all
Francis
times. Touch
Akakpo.
gloves. Good luck.
And just when Lamte was introducing Shakul, we saw his brother in the stands. There he is in your shot once again in the cap. And of course, if you're fighting and your elder brother is here, what more solid support and response and motivation do you need?
A huge responsibility on the shoulders of young Shakul Samed. His brother is an Olympian, Beijing.
Well, I like the way Francis Akakpo has started this bout, taking it to Shakul Samed. Obviously, the pedigree of Shakul much higher than himself, but he's not overawed by that fact, not at all. Issa Samed and his brother Basti show the class. Akakpo nearly went down there. Akakpo looking very, very serious. Trying to catch Shakul once again.
A fast-paced start to this very bout. Looks like Akakpo wants to tell Shakul, hey, I deserve to be in there with you. Watch out for me. And Shakul's adventure at the Olympic Games was not a very memorable one. He got knocked out in the first one in his first fight, but we can't blame him. I think that he was fighting at the wrong weight category.
Yeah, remember that story very well.
He's a bit too small for the light heavyweight division, so he lost to a North African opponent. Brutal knockout, but he would like to make amends tonight on his debut in the pro ranks.
Akakpo trying to give his opponent stiff opposition. Akakpo in the red trunks. And Shakul As the
A
black
huge
and white.
right to the face of Akakpo. He definitely was stunned by that.
It's just the first round though, but obviously some careful punching and careful deliveries. Akakpo again taking it to Shakul.
And you can clearly see the skill set, that amateur pedigree of Shakul Samed really showing. And Akakpo is wobbled. He has been wobbled a few times in this round.
Yeah. And Shakul also takes a few steps back from the pressure being put on by Akakpo. And both boxers being very careful not to be caught off guard.
And Shakul.
Punches. But let's see how round 2 is. But for the round 1, I like how these boxers have started on in the fast and pacey nature of this fight. But let's see round 2 coming up your way.
Round 2 it is. Bout is scheduled for 6. It's a middleweight contest. Shakul Samed is the boxer in the black and white trunks. And he's fighting out of the Akotoko Academy. Black Panthers is represented by Francis Akakpo. Took a few body shots in the first round. It dazzled him quite a bit. Akakpo still on his feet. Good block there from Akakpo. Keeping the head up, keeping the guard up as well as Akakpo tries to open up once again. Good body shots.
I'm really impressed by the artistry of...
oh, that's a big one there from Akakpo. Right on the face of Shakul. Oh, and he's on the receiving end at the stage.
And Shakul has realized that if he doesn't take Akakpo out early, it might be in for a real scare. They go into a clinch.
Yeah. But again, Akakpo, it's clear he's not overawed. You know, the presence of Shakul, the pedigree of Shakul as well. And it looks like he's keeping his momentum flowing steadily. Again, he's been dazzled by a few body shots of Shakul, but obviously he still stands tall.
A very formidable opponent up to this point, Akakpo. He seems to rely on that professional experience to tell Shakul, it's true, you have done your exploits as an amateur, but I have been here before you, and I will show you. But he seems to be bleeding at this point from the nose. I don't... Yes, that is Francis Akakpo. Seems to be bleeding from the nose at this point. Those are hefty punches from Shakul.
Indeed, Shakul is delivering some hefty punches on the body and the head of Akakpo. And I've noticed that the referee Nathaniel Obing has taken a look at the doctor once. I think it's a situation that Akakpo can handle as he comes forward once again. A miss there from Akakpo, but chasing Shakul around the ring.
The tape around Akakpo's left glove needs to be looked at.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point referee would stop the bout if it becomes quite obvious that it's a hindrance. But into the last 10 seconds. Oh, that's a big one.
But Prince, so far I have been very impressed with Shakul Samed.
Combinations. It is something that we've been seeing in even world fights title, that a fighter can be delivering in all rounds, but if you don't take care, one punch can send you down to the canvas. That is what Samed needs to be careful of.
It's the third round of a bout scheduled for 6. It's a super middleweight contest between Shakul Samed of Akotoko Academy and Francis Akakpo of Black Panthers. Francis Akakpo is in the red trunks. Opening rounds were good enough for both boxers, landing some quality punches, and there Akakpo goes to the chin.
A huge right to the chin of Samed, and Samed needs to be very careful.
And again, we saw from the beginning of the fight that Akakpo clearly is unperturbed.
Yeah, because Samed tends to get reckless at times in terms of his defense. That is what happened when he faced Markan Bayram of Turkey in the Olympic Games on the 28th of July. He's so aggressive, he tends to lose focus on his defense. That might be costly at the world level. And on the world level, in the super middleweight division, we have a lot of crack boxers. We have likes of Saul Canelo Alvarez, David Benavides, Jamel Charlo, Caleb Plant, and our own Sena Akakpo, who is the US WBC champion, the 168 division.
Techno Max by Renault from Premium Motors, giving us the Renault Logan. Two of them, one to the best boxer, one to the best gym at the end of season 2.
I don't know, maybe it might be too early, but looking at Shakul Samed, 168 division, what happens when he comes up against a veteran like Obodai Sai?
That will be a very tall one and a very tall order. Of course, Obodai Sai will be going into that bout with a lot of that rich experience of his. But again, as you said earlier on, and clearly we've also seen there's undue recklessness, if I would want to call it that, on the part of Shakul Samed, and he has to be very careful. Francis Akakpo is a strong contender.
Very, very strong. We could see now it's all about the timing game from both fighters. Shakul Samed has seen that anytime he throws the punches, Francis Akakpo just let in one or two combinations that cut him clean. And this is something I'm sure Shakul Samed's coach or corner has told him that, you know, anytime you are throwing, make sure you cover your chin, because you might not see a counter punch coming through.
Bringing you live pictures as season 2 of the Ghana Professional Boxing League, powered by IMAX Boxing Promotions in collaboration with the Ghana Boxing Authority.
Prince, we are just maybe 2 fights into season 2, but I have been really impressed with the level of competition. Frank Opon gave Eric Colley a run for his money, and you have Akakpo here.
It's a give and take affair now.
Serious.
Akakpo and Shakul both on their feet. Oh, an exchange, the flurry of punches. It came from both sides, and they took them like men.
And that is what the crowd really love. But for me, I feel that Shakul Samed should not fall for that kind of game. Francis Akakpo has seen something. He knows in the judges' cards he's going to lose. He's losing on points. So he needs to make this fight a slug fight. And he's baiting Shakul Samed. And Shakul Samed needs to be careful, because Francis Akakpo really loves that. And look at them go again. The referee just intervened there. Wow.
This is the second time Shakul. This is the second time Akakpo. The first one was the other side.
And so in this round,
a
punch made Shakul Samed's gum shield fly. And in that same round, another punch from Samed made Akakpo's mouthpiece fly. This round has been a round of flying mouthpieces.
And they go at it again. And Akakpo doesn't seem to relent on his effort. Still trading in punches. This time it's Shakul who takes the advantage. Can Akakpo withstand the power? It looks like he's dazed. Akakpo is still going tall. What about? This is give and take. This is middleweight boxing at its best.
And the mouthpiece goes out once again. Shakul Samed of the Akotokuru Academy against the young chap Akakpo Francis of the Black Panthers gym. This fight just caught fire. Both guys are giving it their all. This fourth round,
they both will go at it again.
Unbelievable. Reminds me of when Arturo Gatti fought against.
The gum shield is out again.
I'm sure Francis Akakpo is really asking himself why my mouthpiece keeps falling out of my mouth. I'm sure it has a result of him breathing from his mouth, because you can see that now his nostrils is bleeding there, and the only chance he's get from breathing now is through his mouth, and that is something Shakul Samed has noticed.
Yeah, it looks like Akakpo is a little bit dazed. He takes a big one, but still stands on his feet. He tries to recover.
Wow!
This fourth round.
What a fight from these two gentlemen. I'm really loving it in the Bukom Boxing Arena.
It's round 5. It's scheduled for 6. Middleweight contest between Shakul Samed, representing Akotoku Academy in the black and white trunks. His opponent, Francis Akakpo, is representing Black Panthers Gym.
This one is our own version of Arturo Gatti against Mickey Ward.
At the moment, the only face I would want to see is how his brother is feeling in the stands. Of course, he's been there before, he's done that before. But what a rich display of boxing prowess.
This young chap, Akakpo, if his coaches are able to handle him well, he gets a good management and they're able to hone his skills better, he would also become a force, because he's got a good chin, he's very formidable, very strong, just that he's limited in skill set.
And Akakpo, daring as ever, he comes forward, but misses 2 of those punches. He still steps forward, he's coming. Shakul goes in for a clinch.
A wild miss from Shakul Samed.
Without a doubt, the give and take has been phenomenal. Both boxers have showed the speed and the power that they have.
Yes, and that is what the crowd needs, and you could see them as they were going that give and take. The crowd were really cheering them up, but that is where the test of stamina comes in. After doing all these, bringing out that fast-paced nature of fight, the speed moment, the give and take, it comes down to the test of stamina. And you can see now we are in round 5, but both fighters are really breathing heavily there. And you can see it's as a result of how the give and take went in the previous round. But let's see, still up for grabs. Shakul Samed, Francis Akakpo.
Oh, that's a big one from Shakul, right on the head of Akakpo, and then he goes in for another. Akakpo still on his feet.
Shakul has observed that whenever he goes into those brawls, it allows Akakpo to really land some punches. So he's really trying to box and pick him apart. And I think that is working for him so far. Some wild punches being thrown there. Prince, I wouldn't want to be in that ring at this point.
Well, certainly not.
On the scorecards. But it's the last round, and as my brother said, the last round is the championship round. So let's see how it goes.
But you know, when you are such a stand-out amateur boxer and you come into your first bout and you face such stiff opposition, it tells you that the pro ranks is not a joke. That is a rude awakening for Shakul Samed.
6th and the last round in this middleweight contest. There hasn't been a short of exchanges, and there they would go at it again. And Akakpo, not taking a step back, keeps coming forward. Regardless of how hefty the punches are, he will still want to walk through them.
I think, Prince, I have to give it to this guy, Francis Akakpo. He's a very doable fighter. Taking all these punches and still coming forward for more punches. What a durable fighter he is, Francis Akakpo. But now, it's the smartness of Shakul Samed, making sure he punches and moves away from danger zone. So that if Francis is coming on like that, he just makes sure he punch once, two, and he move away. Punch one, two, and move away. There he goes again with a clinch game.
Still, obviously, Akakpo would need a lot of, experience going forward. Clearly, you can see that he's strong, he's robust. Looks like he's got a solid chin as well. Yeah. And he needs to continue with his build-up. And I'm sure it's one of the reasons why the Ghana Professional Boxing League has come to stay, giving these boxers the opportunity to hone their skills for further enhancement and development.
Yeah, sure. This platform is a platform where they are given the leverage to participate and to compete at the highest level you can get at this point. And where there are flaws, the technical men can really go back to their gyms, work on them, so that when they come next time, they would give us more refined displays. But even with Shakul Samed, I have not been too impressed. Although this is his first professional bout, I think that he really needs to work on his reflexes. He has taken some punches that he really doesn't need to take. On the world level, if you can give but you can't take, it really can be your undoing. Needs really to work on his defensive game. Because in the game of boxing, the less punishment to take, the longer you last. And the clap goes for the 10 seconds.
And at this point, I'm sure both gentlemen need to leave it all in the ring. And that's Shakul Samed. That's the goal again. Shakul Samed with that double punch there to end that round.
And those were...
These are the kind of platforms that will prepare you for that.
Once again, shall we put our hands together for these two boxes? And let me also, before the verdicts, we want to thank TT Brothers for the wonderful refreshment we have here. Niche Cocoa and Dano Milk. We thank you so much. Mr. Isaac Tete, we don't know what to say. We thank you so much for supporting boxing in Ghana. Now the verdicts. Judge 1 scored about 59 to 55. Judge 2 scored about 60 to 54. And Judge 3 scored about 60 to 54. So by a unanimous point decision, presenting to you the boxer who is making his debut as a professional boxer, an Olympian, presenting to you the boxer who has really delivered today according to the scorecard. Shakul Samed. Now, congratulations. Now, let me come to our brother from the Oto region. How are you?
I'm fine.
Akakpo, you fought very, very well, and everybody is happy with your fight. This is the fourth fight. This is the first defeat that you suffered. How do you feel today?
Yeah, I feel it's very nice because my opponent be champion boxer, so I'll give him the respect.
Wonderful.
So, wonderful.
Wonderful. So what are we looking forward to seeing you?
I thank everybody to watch me today, Saturday.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
Now you speak ever, right?
I will go and come back.
You come back.
Yeah.
Now I want you to talk to your people in your region, KJB. Speak in your language for them to hear you.
Yeah. KJB. No support him. Nema fight well tight.
Thank you very much. So I just heard that he said that he's looking for a manager. Are you looking for a manager?
Yes, I don't get any manager to support me, so I need a manager to support me.
Thank you very much. Mr. Isaac Tete has heard you, don't worry. I'll come with him and we'll see whether we can manage you. Thank you very much. So now, Shakul, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
It was disappointing that in Tokyo, something did happen and Ghanaians were very worried. Today, you are no more an amateur boxer, a professional boxer. How do you feel today? The first bout, you've won it.
First of all, I'll give thanks to the Almighty Allah for not giving up on me. Although what happened in my amateur career, you know, if I never had strong heart, if God never opened my mind, although everybody make mistakes in life, you know, I made a mistake and I've learned from it. I've fallen, but I'm up. I'm up strongest. So when I tell my friends that Naba Laba, Naba Laba, and I'll plead to my fans, they should keep stopping Dobia. You know, Shakul Samer is back in the ring. And I'm telling all my weight category that they should train hard because I'm back with fire. I'm not joking. I'm getting the car. I'm racing Akutoku boxing gym. I'm bringing back life.
Okay.
So,
are you talking about the car? You won the car?
Yes, of course. I want to prove to Ghana that I'm back stronger.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to raid the Samir.
Now, how do you feel? Your father was a former boxer. Your elder brother, Basit Samir, defeated Bukom Banku. You also have Issa Samir. How do you feel?
I feel great. You know, I'm blessed. I have a strong family. Okay. Especially I have a strong dad.
Okay.
You know, he never give up on me.
Okay.
If my dad were to, you know, I say those people would give up easily.
Okay.
He have already given up on me, but he always keep pushing, you know, always giving me advice. Okay. And I'm up. I'm going to make him proud. I promise him.
Okay. Thank you. Now the people in Bimbila, they are listening to you. Speak the language.
Although I'm not that good in Dagban, but I'll try my best.
Right.
You know, Dobia family, I'm back, you know, in Kana. That's why I should prepare. And I'm Zoya. I'm keen everywhere. Okay. So I'm going to prove, you know, I'm going to make the whole world knows that I'm a proud Dagbani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for Shakul Samet, and the son of a boxer and younger brother of two boxers. This is incredible.